this is Matt here again with Shaving the Day, and I'm back with another video review of a different soap that you probably haven't seen on my channel yet. So this is going to be a fun one. Looking forward to reviewing the soap and splash for you guys. It's an artisan that I really have not had a lot of offerings in my den from, but recently acquired two more, and it is Ariana and Evan's Pedro Fiasco line Santorini shaving cream and the matching splash. So this is definitely more of a warmer weather scent. You know, and it's November now, but looking forward to reviewing it for you anyway. I do think, you know, you could maybe wear it more at nighttime and get away with it, but it's definitely a warmer weather scent that I wouldn't wear, you know, in the winter or fall as much. I mean, it's Santorini. You think of that, you think warm Greek weather, and that's what it's probably intended for based on the notes. So definitely a warmer weather scent that I'm looking forward to using a lot in the spring and summer too. Before we get into lathering and shaving, I'm using the Gillette Heritage razor with a Shark Platinum blade. Never tried a Shark Platinum blade before, so looking forward to seeing how it does on my face. But you know, with the Russian factories possibly closing down and a lot of Russian blades that people love so much being harder to acquire or being potentially moved somewhere else, I decided to try and just, you know, try a lot of different blades recently. And I've been using the Gillette Heritage razor for a lot of shaves. So I've tried a few different blades that have been working pretty well for me recently. So I'm hoping that the Shark Platinum will as well. Platinum blades usually work pretty well, so we'll give that a go. Got the scent notes here, I'm just reading off this piece of paper. So Pedro Fiasco line Santorini has Maglini lemon. Had never heard of Maglini lemon before, but I googled it and it is the primary variety of lemon that grows in Greece, so that definitely makes sense. And then the next note is Osmanthus, which I had never heard of before, so I had to Google it. And it's described as kind of a fruity, plummy, apricot type of scent. I'm assuming it's a plant that grows in Greece. And then there's Orchid. So there's some floral in there. And then another scent note I hadn't heard of before called Cassis, which I'm guessing probably also is native to Greece and is another floral type of scent, maybe a little spicy floral from what I read. Not exactly sure. And then there are aquatic and marine notes, which makes sense. Ozone makes sense for sure. Picturing kind of a Greek, you know, villa in Santorini and looking over the water. Those notes definitely make sense. And then Ouzo, which is a Greek liqueur, one of my absolute favorite liqueurs, is kind of a black licorice anise type of scent, but I think that's supposed to be barely detectable. It's definitely not a predominant scent note at all. You know, I can maybe pick it up a little bit, but you have to really, really have a good nose for that to pick up on it more than I do. And then musk, amber, and myrrh, so a little bit of darker, earthier, spicier types of notes coming in to finish the scent off. So that's the description. I'll tell you that it smells really, really nice. Quickly became one of my favorites in my den, and my wife absolutely loves it. She asks me to use it quite a bit. You know, I don't always oblige because I have my own taste too, and don't want to, you know, use the same thing too much too often, but it's definitely a great scent. Sorry, I'm just stirring the lather around here. You can see that it definitely lathered up really nicely. Look at that. Really, really nice. The Pedro Fiasco line intrigued me because for Ariana and Evans, it's kind of their more budget-friendly line, but I don't think they sacrifice any quality in that, and it's definitely a very affordable soap and splash that I would love to pick up some more of their scents from. just based on the price, super reasonable, and that's what attracted me to it. And also the scent description really caught my eye too. So I'll wet my face and then we'll get started lathering here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get the lather on the face. Look at that. Super, super nice lather. Ariana and Evans is known for, you know, their various lines that they carry, this being one of them. I think their most recent and kind of luxurious is the Ultima base, which I've not had the pleasure of trying yet, but I've seen people produce some incredible lathers with all of their soaps, and the Pedro Fiasco line included. And as you can see, it really can take a lot of water. Really, really wonderful lather. Super slick, super hydrated, and definitely dense enough as some of it goes flying off the end of my brush. Super easy to lather too. And the new lathering method that I've been using for probably about 3 or 4 weeks now is the IMCDB method, where you don't splay the brush until the soap is very hydrated, because splaying the brush adds a lot of air to it, and you can create a denser lather if you wait to splay the brush, which is something that I always did, was splay the brush probably way too much at the beginning, and it produces a more airy lather and it's harder to get a nice dense one. But that method has been working really well for me. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Super, super nice. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started shaving here with the Shark Platinum blade. Got about 2 days growth. Ooh, I can tell right away that's a sharp blade. Nice and smooth though with the first few strokes. I like that. Very smooth. You can tell right away sometimes. Sometimes you gotta kind of tough it out and see. Very nice. I like to pair sharp blades with this razor because the razor is pretty mild. I believe the head is pretty much the same as like an Edwin Jagger DE89 or like a Myrrh 34C type of head. So pretty mild. And with a sharp blade, it's a good combination. Making very easy work of this 2 days growth here. Hear that feedback? Talk about the scent a little more. It really is excellent. It smelled different than I expected it to, but I was pleasantly surprised by it. I can see why people would really love it. Like I said, definitely more of a warmer weather scent given the notes, but it has some complexity to it, and it's very refreshing. It's not like an extreme warm weather scent, like you know, I think there is some versatility to it, but I would definitely wear it more in warmer weather. But I think it's cool that Peter Charkalis, the owner of Ariana and Evans, I believe he's Greek. Well, I know for sure he is Greek on one side. I think maybe he's Italian on the other. Correct me if I'm wrong, if you know the if you know for sure if I'm wrong. But he's got Greek heritage, so I think it's cool that he, you know, kind of was giving an homage to his roots. And that he used scent notes that, you know, are true to grease. Oh, you can see I got myself a little bit right there. This blade is very sharp, I can tell. There's a reason for the brand name Shark is definitely a good fit for it. Might have to be a little more careful with this blade. But it's definitely very smooth. Amazing residual slickness in this lather too, super nice. All right, I'm doing well for a first pass. I'm gonna rinse off and then relather. All right, let's keep going. Super hydrated lather again, as you can see. Goes on really nice and smooth. Look at that. I mean, look at it like dangle like that. Sometimes you can get those peaks, but they don't kind of like dangle and hold their shape. They just kind of stick out. But when you can really hydrate it enough that it's like will fall a little bit and then still dangle there, that's when you know you've got a really nice consistency on the lather. And honestly, that lather method that I've been using works for virtually any soap. You know, might not work as well for a few if they can't hold as much water. I mean, you gotta know when to stop so you don't overhydrate it as well. But you know, most of the artisan soaps that are out there now really can hold a ton of water. Some are thirstier than others, but I would say Ariana and Evans, PAA, Katie's Bubbles, Lothar, to name a few, can hold a ton of water. Sterling also can hold a lot. From my experience, those are the main ones that I really can just keep adding water to and not have to worry. Some of the legacy soaps like Parasso and Cella can't hold as much, but I've noticed that the Parasso single edge line, the cream can hold a ton of water too, which I was surprised by. This scent though, I do pick up, you know, the florals and the lemon come through, you know, kind of at the top. And then the splash, especially as it dries down, it becomes a little more complex, has more depth to it. Pick up on the Ouzo very, very, very slightly, just kind of a slight anise type of scent. And then it's got some kind of spicy, darker notes at the bottom with the amber, myrrh, and the musk. So as it dries down, it definitely becomes, you know, a little bit darker and more masculine, I would say. Super, super great fragrance that I absolutely love. All right, I'm getting cut a little bit, kind of all around that side there, so this blade will definitely get you if you're not careful. Shark definitely makes sense. I didn't feel any of those, so they're all super minor and could probably be, you know, taken care of with splashing cold water and sealing those pores, I'm hoping. But obviously this is a very sharp blade, and smooth, but probably not the most forgiving. I do like it though, you know, I don't have any tugging and pulling. It doesn't feel like it's struggling with my coarse facial hair, but very, very sharp, obviously. It's interesting that I got cut down there. That's not a usual spot for me. Usually it's like closer right, kind of at the top of the Adam's apple or around my lip or right under my nose. But I absolutely love this scent. Like I said, I see myself using it a lot this coming summer. Got a little ahead of myself with this review and kind of forgot to show you the label more closely. Absolutely love that. It's got that Greek blue and white color spot on, and then kind of just that textile design that you would see. It's very, very traditional and cool little fish there. Absolutely love that. Show you the soap too. Nice pour there. It's pretty darn soft. Well, they do call it a cream. I wouldn't say it's quite as soft as most creams, but it's definitely on the softer end for a soap. I'm gonna go ahead and rinse off, then we'll come back for the last pass. All right, and you can see I've done 2 passes already. Still a ton of lather in the soap, not in the soap, in the bowl and on the brush. And I didn't have to use very much, so little goes a long way. Don't have to use a lot to get more than enough for 3 passes. And there's obviously, going to be a ton inside the brush too when I squeeze that out. But absolutely top-notch base for this soap. I'd put it up right up there with anything else in my den, and I'm not too picky anyways. But even though it's more of their budget-friendly line, they definitely didn't sacrifice any quality. Maybe for some people who care a lot about post-shave feel, they'd notice a difference, but I don't notice a whole lot of difference between artisan soaps for post-shave feel anyway. And I think it feels great. I think the splash is awesome. The ingredients that are in it make it very nourishing, so I have no issues with either the soap or the splash. Soap scent projection, I would say, is a little on the lighter side. Maybe like a 2.7 out of 5, maybe a 3. But I don't have an issue with that. I do want to be able to smell it, and I don't have a problem with that. So that's really all I care about. If ever there's a soap that is way on the lighter side, that kind of bugs me because I want to be able to smell it while I'm shaving, fairly, strongly. Otherwise, might as well be using an unscented soap. What's the point if you can't smell it? But I've not had that issue with really anything in my den. Maybe a few samples I've had that problem, but I prefer it. My preference would be as strong as possible, unless there's some ingredients that I'm sensitive to, but I love a stronger scent projection for the splash too. That's just what I like. Even though I have sensitive skin, I do want to be able to smell the scent because that's part of the experience and the aromatherapy of it. And with the splash, if it can kind of project a little bit almost like a cologne, that's a plus for me, because I know a artisans make EDTs and EDPs of their scents, but it's a lot of money to invest in those, and you know, it can be an expensive hobby, so prefer that the aftershave can kind of carry some weight on its own. But if I love a scent enough and it's offered in an EDT or EDP, I'm more inclined to pick it up. I only have a few, and they're more reasonable ones, but there's just some scents where it's like, man, I'd really like to smell like that all day and project it to the people around me. Why am I going sideways? I already did that. I already went across the grain. Well, there's plenty of residual slickness for me to take care of that anyway, even though I removed a lot of the soap. Yeah, that's very nice. Super smooth. A few cuts here and there around the Adam's apple, that's about it. So we'll take care of that with the post shave. I'm gonna, rinse my face off and then come back with the splash. Alright, I am back with the splash. Again, same cool label. Nice glass bottle there. I'll shake it up a little bit. May have to use a styptic gel to seal some of those up. Cold water didn't take care of it, but should be just fine. After a little bit, shook it up. Now I'm gonna pour some into my hand. Gonna apply it pretty liberally. Oh man, that smells so nice. I absolutely love that scent. Very, very nice. I get some of that sweetness at the beginning, kind of those calming aquatic notes coming through. A little bit of lemon tartness, and it must be the Osmanthus, kind of that plum apricot juicy scent that's in there too. Really, really nice. And as it dries down, like I said, becomes a little bit more of a darker scent. Not dark characteristically overall, but just compared to the other scent notes. The base notes are a little bit deeper. Really, really nice shave. Super smooth. You know, a few cuts, like I said. It's a sharp blade, but I thought it was super smooth. I would use it again. Just gotta remember to be more careful with it. But overall, excellent shave. Hope you enjoyed the review. It's definitely one of my favorites in my den at this point, and I'm definitely going to use it a lot over the next year. So yeah, great shave. Thank you for watching, and you know, I've got the twins coming soon if you've been following my channel. So you know, they could come anytime, and then I'll be super busy. Obviously probably won't be making a video for quite a while after they come, but we'll see how that plays out. I hope to do another review hopefully before then, but we'll see. So stay tuned for that. If not, I'll catch up with you when I can, and look forward to connecting with you guys in the comments. Thanks for watching.